and welcome to episode 574 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering, whether you are from the future, from the past, or from right now.
Oh, I'm one of your hosts, Maria. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we are here for you.
Oh, I said that too fast because I'm from the past and I've teleported here and I don't know how things work in the future. Your machines are strange and alien to me. I'm a caveman lawyer. My name's Maria.
My name is Meghan, and I'm a robot lawyer.
Wow.
How will we ever make this podcast work?
How can in court a robot lawyer and a caveman lawyer argue before the judge?
And what is the judge?
I don't know.
Possum lawyer.
Possum lawyer. My mom threw out a possum fact at us the other day.
Oh, what was your mom's possum fact?
She said possums are moving further north because
that's right.
It's getting too hot down south. So they're creeping and crawling their little tubby bodies up our way.
We'll take them.
Absolutely. I'll look at a possum.
They're so cute.
Scream.
What? They're so cute.
I see them waddling across my alley sometimes.
They're so good.
Waddle, 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 waddle.
They're so helpful.
What do?
They eat ticks.
That's pretty good.
That is very good. They are unable to contract and spread leprosy.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, that's a unique skill.
Exactly.
Well,
we don't have it.
In that case, I welcome the
Actually,
possum.
did you know that only some humans are susceptible to leprosy?
So some are like a possum.
Yeah, some humans are part possum.
Wow.
And cannot get leprosy. And other humans are all human and can.
Are you telling me that people are still getting leprosy?
Yeah, of course.
Wow, it's not been eradicated.
Yes, of course.
Until we achieve more human possum hybrids.
We'll keep getting leprosy.
We're really turning into doctors of Simic over here on this show. Simic engineers. We talk about Magic the Gathering on this podcast. Did we mention that?
Yes, we do.
Maybe we did. On today's episode, we're going to get you ready for Murders at Karlov Manor, which is coming out at the start of next month.
Wow, exciting.
Mere days away.
We are recording this episode ahead of time.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about some teasers for Murders at Karlov Manor. You might already know what they mean.
Yeah.
But we are from the past.
We're from the past.
So we don't know yet.
We're
nothing but a caveman lawyer and a robot lawyer arguing before a possum judge.
And we'll see if our predictions are right about this set coming up. I'm very excited for it. I'm a big fan of murder mysteries, and I hope this one delivers.
Maria, I will also give you the opportunity to interview several key witnesses.
Oh, thank you.
To this murder.
Oh, great, because I've got some questions.
But I will hold you accountable in Commander Court.
Yeah, Commander Court. A couple episodes ago, Meghan was in the docket for Commander Court.
Yes, for
playing
turns.
Narset.
For playing Narset. But
we've already had somebody who has made a comment on your case, even though we have not officially asked the jury to make their ruling yet.
Yeah.
But somebody has said, you were framed. The moment I heard that she was your commander and the sound of your innocence told me you don't understand her power, do you? So
see, that person understands
that's
that
a vote for
was
framed.
framed.
That was a vote for framed. We'll see if the jury is as kind to me after what I did in the commander game as well. But before we kick things off here, huge, enormous court-sized thank you.
Yes.
Basketball court to all of the people who support us at patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
Yes. Thank you so much to all of our patrons. Once again, we're recording this early, so we don't have any puns if you became a patron in this past week. But fear not, your puns will return next week, so long as there are new patrons whose names we must pun.
I mean, we're stack punneling them. Stun piling them.
Oh, stock pun.
It's really hard.
Stop tunneling them.
See, it just doesn't work. You think it would work, and then it comes out of your mouth and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
We're stockpiling them.
I think that we got there.
For later.
Yeah.
But thank you. If you have become a new patron, we'll give you your thank you next week.
Pun piling?
Pun piling.
We're pun piling them.
$5 or more gets you that pun. $10 or more gets you to be an influencer, commander episode influencing. And $20 or more, you get to be a producer and get access to our longer episodes, which have been true delights. So I really don't want you to miss out on them. If you want more content from us, please become a producer. We would love to have you in our family. Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Thank you as well to Card Kingdom.
Thank you so much to Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF Magic, the place to go for boosters, for singles, for boxes,
But not those kind of singles.
for accessories.
The other kind.
Card Kingdom, the other kind of singles. You're welcome, Card Kingdom.
Man, I would love a Tinder app that's just, singles, and it's like, this is a new mint
Like,
foil,
you're
whatever.
just like swiping on magic cards.
Swipe right. Like
All right.
I want to, and then you can buy that if you swap to right.
Oh, in my mind, it's just like you just are a value. You're just deciding if you like them
I
or
like
not.
that card.
It's like nothing. There's no, much like most online dating, there's no point to it. It's not going to get you anywhere. Sorry.
I think it would be interesting at the very least to find out which cards are swiped right on the most and which
Yeah.
are swiped left.
Well, hey, do you want to make this app? You're
mean,
welcome for the idea.
It's pretty interesting. Like, would you swope right on our set? You obviously would, but I would
Yes.
swope left on her.
Wow, hurtful.
Using whatever criteria you want,
Yeah.
because we can't determine what criteria you're swiping on.
No,
So,
it's up to you.
but on Card Kingdom, I would definitely swipe right. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Card Kingdom, swipe right on them. You're welcome. Two bangers of
What a great
taglines.
tagline for Card Kingdom.
There you go.
Go there, get yourself some sweet singles that you would swipe right on all of them. Get yourself some boxes of sets you really love and draft them with your buddies. Turn your cards you don't want, your draft chaff, into cards you actually want. You can do it all and more at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. It's time for a randomizer to get our week started off right. We went to scryfall.com, hit the random card button, and I try to guess what the card does based on the art alone. I went first last time. So, Megan, I'm going to give you art that is unlike any art that we've had yet
All right.
on the randomizer.
Show it to me.
Check it out.
What is happening here?
I know.
This art is so long. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's long.
It's long
It's
art.
a long art.
It's long art. So what do you think is happening here?
Okay, so on the left-hand side of this long art, it's like a very long panorama. There is a like beautiful, kind of like mountainous, but like also or deserty, but like a
Yeah.
little oasis to one side of some trees. But there's clouds and a hole in the clouds, and there is a giant meteor
Yeah.
slamming through these clouds.
Absolutely.
And then on the right-hand side is the meteor impact.
Yeah.
I am flummoxed
I also would not have remembered
by this card.
this, but I'm going to say that you have probably drafted this card.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's a weird kind of card. That's the hint I'm going to give you.
Of course it is. Okay, I'm trying to fathom like what this could be. I'm going to say that this is a battle.
Okay, great.
And it's on the front side, it's a battle. It's Siege of Red Plain. And on the front side, it's 2 red, and it deals, we'll say 4 red, and it deals 6 damage to all creatures and planeswalkers.
Yeah.
And then it has the classic battle. You attack. It has 5 loyalty or whatever.
Right.
If you attack it, then it turns over, and it becomes a land called Cratered Earth.
Oh, that's great.
Cratered Earth, and you can tap it to give a creature haste.
Oh, I really like that design.
So there you go. I have no idea what's happening.
You're right.
Here,
Like
truly.
it's a weird, different card type because
Yes.
it is one of these.
Oh, now I see. It has Aftermath.
Aftermath card.
All right.
So this is Heaven and Earth. That's why it looked like a long art. They put the Heaven Earth, which is a long kind of panorama picture, and next to the Earth picture, which is kind of a fatter, squatter piece of art. They never made cards that looked anything like this before Aftermath. So Heaven is X green. It is an instant that deals X damage to each creature with flying.
Wow.
And, Earth.
I got there with each.
You did.
Like deals damage to each creature.
And Earth is X red sorcery Aftermath. So you can cast this spell from only from your graveyard. Then you exile it. Earth deals X damage to each creature without flying.
Wow.
So you can do both. It just
right.
takes you another turn.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I guess you could do it in the same turn if you had a lot of mana. What a bizarre card. Aftermath was a bizarre effect.
Yeah.
And it looks weird when you look at the art crop here.
Absolutely.
On
it does.
Scryfall. But That's what it
feel
was.
proud getting there with the damage to each creature.
For sure. Absolutely. You nailed it. That's what it do.
All right, Maria, are you ready for yours?
Yes.
Here you go.
Oh, wow. Okay. What in the earth? I'm looking at some kind of machine. This is like a tank. It's a vehicle of some description. It is large and in charge in the art. It's metal. It looks like if a Zamboni you'd murdered a Zamboni's family and he was gonna come after you.
If you militarized a Zamboni,
yes,
this is what you would end up
get.
with.
It has like teeth. It has a mouth. It has a sharp spike on the end of it, and it's tunneling at a very fast speed into the earth.
Do you know what? I wonder if this is a card that you know. This is a card I wonder if some of our listeners can guess it based on your description.
It doesn't look recent though. Is it recent?
I can't answer that.
Wow, I don't recognize it if I do know it. I'm going to name this card Zamboni's Revenge. And this is a colorless artifact, Zamboni. It's a vehicle, and it's a 4/5, and it costs crew 2. And when it attack, it destroy land.
Wow. All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Maria, this is none other than our friend Juggernaut.
Hey, that's Juggernaut.
Yeah.
That must be a new Juggernaut.
This is the dark steel art of Juggernaut.
Dark steel jugs.
Yeah.
I would recognize jugs in other forms, but I did not recognize
but you
this
did not
jugs.
recognize this one. Although there have been many, only Magic 2011, or not only, but Magic 2011 had a different art. But many other editions of this, the 10th edition Dark Steel, those had the same one. Then there's some other very weird stuff back in like Revised and back in the day.
Wow, Juggernaut has gone through a lot of different outfits over the years. So it attacks each turn if able. That's one of the Juggernaut abilities, and it can't be blocked by walls.
Yep, it's 4 mana for a 5/3. And yeah, that's the classic Juggernaut text, is it must attack each turn if able.
This one I would recognize. The one that looks like it's got ram horns on it.
Oh yeah, Dominaria.
The Dominaria one I think I would have recognized.
Yep.
But the original one is this isn't the original one, but
it's very bizarre.
It's a weird art on the original one.
It's like some kind of weird giant.
It's like a siege vehicle.
And it looks like a mascot, like a spooky mascot that would sit on top of a gas station that's driving it.
A spooky gas station mascot.
That's what I think it looks like.
Wow, Juggernaut, you've gone through a lot of, you could just try on different outfits throughout the year. And this was another one of your great outfits, Juggernaut.
Yeah.
We're going to kick off the hype for Murders at Karlov Manor, everybody. They started previews for it on the 16th, a few days ago. And we're going to let you know about our preview card, which we revealed on social media yesterday. Well, talking about time is getting weird because we've also revised our release schedule earlier this week.
You heard it at some point.
At some point. But in case you didn't catch any of our socials, our preview card is very cool.
Oh, all right. It's called Outrageous Robbery.
It's not just any robbery.
It's an outrageous robbery.
Hold on. What? This happened to us.
It's true, it did.
Was this a portent of things to come?
Wow. I don't know.
Wow. Did the person at Wizards who sent this to us, were they
also
behind
rob
the
us?
robbery?
We're going to make this card very flavorful for Meghan and Maria.
Wow. Painful. Outrageous robbery. Continue.
No one smashed our mirror like this, though.
No, that's true.
It's black X for an instant. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library face down. You may look at and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast it.
This is a very cool card.
Yeah. The flavor text says, when you can't erase your own trail, leave as many false ones as possible. Etrata.
Wow. So it costs X black, so you can scale this throughout the game to how many cards you want to steal from your opponent.
You in the late game and you just got nothing to do? Ooh, you be stealing.
You can
cast this.
And it's an instant, which is excellent because if you're just, this kind of card to me, I would assume it was a sorcery.
Yeah.
If you just told me about it.
Same.
The art is fantastic by Kai Carpenter. It shows, who is that?
I don't know.
I want to say it's Jace.
It does, but the face doesn't look like him.
But the cape and stuff looks like him. Maybe it's an older Jace.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But maybe, but I don't think so.
We don't know.
Look at the mustache. Look at the face. It's not his face.
I guess that's true. Anybody, and they've also murdered somebody because in the back of this art is somebody with 3 knives in their back.
3 knives in their back. So I don't think it's Jace. Although one of my predictions for this set was that
it was Jace.
So
maybe you're right.
I don't know.
They're also smashing a mirror with their fists on the way out of their robbery, which I have to say why.
Yes. Honestly, big why.
Just why? Why would you do that?
Your hand was his hand already injured, and now he's just injuring it more?
Or is this person? This is personal.
Hand uninjured, and now, but it would hurt to punch mirror, and so it broke.
I think this is Jace.
I'm not convinced.
I think you were right, and I think Jace he done it.
I don't know. Look at this coat. Is it's just not quite. It doesn't feel quite right to me.
Okay.
But also, I see what you're saying.
Everybody, if you already know that this is Jace, because we're living in the past and you're in the future, we record this episode ahead of time. You can laugh at us because you know the facts and we don't. But
I mean, he's just stealing some rando stuff, not other stuff.
But he killed that person in the background. Right?
I know.
At least that's what's implied from this art.
Look at this cool candle. I would steal this candle,
It's a triple candle.
It's a triple candle. It's 3 melted candles stacked on top of each other. Why? I don't know, but I want it.
Just stack your candles.
Stack your candles. I want it.
Anyway, this is a rare. I'm picking this in draft. I'm windmill slamming this.
Oh, of course you are.
This
it's
is
so
sick.
good. This card is,
This card is
great.
excellent. I would give this card, a B+.
I have no idea.
I mean, it seems like it would be good no matter what.
Exactly.
It's not a removal or creature, but
That's true.
It will be.
It's excellent.
Probably.
Draw you a bunch of cards. I'm into it.
Yeah, I think this is cool. Yeah, this card's great. Thank you, Wizards, for the free preview content. I think this will be an excellent card in the limited format and maybe beyond. We'll see.
We'll see.
Commander Court is now in session. Dun dun. That was a Law and Order sound for anybody who didn't know.
And if you didn't know, wow.
Wow.
A cultural touchstone.
Truly.
Dun dun.
Dun dun.
Dick Wolf.
Producer. I'm the defendant in this case of Commander Court.
Yes. Gavel, gavel, gavel.
Okay.
The possum judge, have now called this Commander Court into
Full
session.
circle.
So you have been charged with playing Boggles.
Yep.
How, we ask, are people meant to interact with your deck? What do you think you're doing? You showed up here at this Commander game. Why am I the judge and also the prosecutor?
You're the prosecutor.
This is a messed up court situation if that's the case.
I have to. Okay. Sidebar. So we're coming up on Oscar season here. Okay. And you're like, where is this going?
I know where this is going.
I saw the movie Anatomy of a Fall.
I knew it.
Which was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Picture. And I think will probably be nominated for an Oscar too. We'll see. Anyway, but in it, a large part of it takes place in French court. And you get to see it play out. And let me tell you, it was a weird experience. I realized I had never seen a depiction of a French courtroom in any piece of media that I've consumed. Only like U.S. court and maybe a little British court, I suppose, with their inquests and the like, and their powdered wigs, which are apparently very expensive if you're a British lawyer.
Of course, because if you're making powdered wigs, there's only one set of people you can sell them to, and you need to charge them a lot of money for it.
If you're a British lawyer, sorry, that's not the right word, solicitor, or what's the other one?
Barrister?
Barrister. Let us know how much you paid for your wig because I want to know. But anyway, I didn't know anything about it. And it is just loosey-goosey over there in French court, let me tell you, because there's so many times I was sitting there watching and the defense did not say objection. And I just kind of looked around me into the theater like the other people excuse me, is this lawyer going to say objection at any point? This is ridiculous, these claims that are flying around this courtroom. But no, apparently that's just how it's done. I was shook. Anyway, that's my movie recommendation for you all. It was my favorite movie of the year. I thought it was just superb. So check it out. I also just saw Past Lives for the first time the other day. Also highly recommend. Are you looking up wigs?
Yes. Okay, look, I found this website.
Okay.
550 pounds.
What?
For a traditional barrister's wig, gray and white.
I was expecting 200 something. Oh, can I get it in pink?
Vegan barrister's wig, humane courtroom alternative? Like, excuse me?
These are being made out of something not vegan. That is, I mean, human hair, I guess, is not vegan. If I have to think about it.
Wow. Traditional judge's bench wig, 1,400 pounds?
Holy cow. If you're a judge, you got to pay for the long wig.
Yeah.
And
no, like this is
that's a short one.
You have to pay for the weird tail wig. This is judge's blonde full bottom wig.
I will not accept a not full bottomed wig in my court of law.
Wow. Our legal wigs fully support the traditional court dress and maintain the tradition to enforce the authority of the law. Do female barristers wear wigs?
Yes,
Greg?
they do.
Okay. What materials are legal wigs made from?
Human hair.
Traditional legal wigs are made using horsetail hair.
I knew it.
Recently, we have started manufacturing barrister wigs in plant and synthetic fibers to create vegan and humane attire for modern courtrooms. What are the different types?
A plant-based court wig? Never a brand new sentence was just made right now. There it was, never before said.
Wow. This is absolutely...
I
am floored by this.
I don't know who I knew that had to wear these, but I knew somebody who told me they were very heavy and really uncomfortable to wear.
Wow. And that was like a budget version of wigs. Look at this. Okay, wait, no. I found a 500-pound wig.
Okay, that's the budget.
For 500 pounds. But it is like not attractive.
I tell you what, if I am being a British lawyer, I am going all in. I am paying the $2,600.
Oh, yes. I'm getting a full bottom wig.
I'm getting the full long wig.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And I'm just showing up and it's like me I'm like dropping the mic when I walk in that long wig.
Yeah.
If you are, now we need to ask a new question because we know how much they cost. If you are a British lawyer, if I came into court wearing the full bottom wig, like it goes down to my chest, how do you feel? Are you intimidated?
I would be.
Are you like, whoa, this lawyer means business? Or are you like, wow, they just paid £2,000 for something that's ridiculous?
On legalattire.com, barrister wigs are $1,000.
What the heck? We're in the wrong business, let me tell you.
Yeah, we should be making wigs.
You get to raise your horses, which you've talked about your affinity for horses before on this show.
Yeah.
And then we get to cut them up and make them into really disturbing weird wigs.
The tails, Maria. You absolute monster. We cut up the horses.
You're trying to tell me they're
not my horses.
They're not also making glue from these horses?
I hope not.
Use a whole horse. Sorry, just kidding. Don't use a whole horse. I like horses.
Horses are nice.
They're nice.
Wow.
Oh, we've learned so much.
All right.
I'm going to now imagine you wearing that full bottomed wig.
Thank you.
I love that song.
It is what I...
Full bottom girls.
Full bottom wigs who make the rockin' world go round. Full bottom wigs who make the legal world go round.
Yes, there it is. Go. Don't ever say we're not a magic podcast. How dare you?
What are we talking about?
I was defending my boggle.
You have been accused. You are brought here today because you have entered a commander game with the intention of letting no one interact with you or what you are doing.
Yes.
You are playing Island Sanctuary. You can skip your draw step and be unassailable.
Yeah.
You can play your Earl and you can have your creature be hexproof. How are people supposed to play a game of Magic when you put such restrictions on them?
Guilty. I would like to plead guilty.
Wait, this is Commander. I guess, yeah, that is Board of Court. All right, court's adjourned. Well,
I would like to say, just in my defense, I am pleading guilty to the charge, but I'm not the only one who has done so. On edhdirect.com, there are no less than 3,063 decks featuring Earl the Miststalker.
Are you trying to tell me that if other people do a crime, it's not a crime? because that's going to create some issues.
Hey, I would argue the more popular the crime, the less that it should be the less penalty. You know? Okay, if you're like, okay, tomorrow murder is legal, go for it. I still think like not a lot of people are going to do it.
Yeah, you don't think that it being illegal is what keeps murder from happening.
Correct. Maybe at a small level, but not at a large level. But if you think about something like, marijuana or whatever, like a lot of people do that. And so it's like kind of like, okay, maybe that sentence should be non-existent or whatever. Like it's lower, allegedly, than murder. So I'm saying
Maria would like you to know that
I don't know what it is actually. It's different state to state.
that smoking weed is only allegedly less bad than murdering someone.
Sentencing.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about how bad it is. No. Only allegedly less bad than murder. So consider you could be doing something as bad as murder.
The less it happens, the bigger the sentence. The more it happens, the less the sentence. I think that's a pretty blanket system for your new government. You can use that.
The possums reject this. We are not going to adopt this form of
I just
government.
want to think about it. I'm like,
I think there's going to be a lot of issues. I think there's going to be a lot
starting
of problems.
In my defense, 3,063 of my closest friends also sought to make this deck. I would also argue that not only is it a popular crime, it's also one that makes life easier for everybody. Because if I just put all this stuff on him, you don't have to worry about your removal spells. You don't have to worry about being able to block him because he's so huge. You just sit back, relax, and let the death come easy.
Wow. So you're saying like you take decisions off of people's plates.
Right. I am helping you out. Commander's a complicated format. There's a lot going on. If you don't have to worry about me, that's one less person that you need to think about when you're making your attacks.
Well, you really should have considered these arguments before you pled guilty at the top.
Well, I mean, like, look, I did play Earl. I played a Boggle deck. I have to say I did do it. There's film evidence.
But do you know what? I think that the court generally agrees it was not so big of a crime.
Ah, thank you.
It was a small crime. Possum Judge says small crime.
Remember, if you want us to adjudicate your Commander Court issue, you can put it in our Discord in the Commander channel. Hit us up on the Soch and let us know because we'd be happy to sit in judgment of you.
or people who you feel have wronged you.
Yeah, but I just think, to each their own. And if you're gonna bog, you gotta bog.
Yeah.
I understand if you are upset about my boggly ways, but I'm probably upset about your narcety ways or whatever.
Wow.
Just saying. For example, just pulled that name out of nowhere.
For example,
I would have people when I played Modern and I sat down across from them and I played this stupid boggle. I mean, the reaction was just universal. It was just like, here we go. So I'm also used to it.
All right, Maria.
Yes.
My hot prediction that Jace murder.
Yeah. I think you're going to be right.
Has got me thinking, who would or would not murder on Ravnica?
Great question.
So I've pulled up a long list of many legendary creatures that have appeared on Ravnica throughout time.
Throughout time and space.
And we're going to talk about how much we feel some of these people would or would not murder.
Great question.
Would or would not murder. All right, first up for would or would not murder.
Okay, great.
Is Aurelia.
Aurelia, 100% would murder.
Would murder.
Yes.
It would be in the name of justice.
She has the look of somebody who stops at nothing to get her way.
Exactly.
She looks like somebody who would just really love the purge. She looks like she'd be pro-purge.
You're not wrong.
Purge positive.
Yes.
An angel doesn't escape you from doing bad things, as we learned on Innistrad.
Yeah.
And I don't think those wings get you high and mighty. You know what I mean?
Exactly. She may be an angel, but at the end of the day, she's a battalion leader.
Yeah, she's Boros.
Yeah.
They like to attack. Yeah, I'm in. Aurelia could have done it.
Aurelia, check. Murder. Next up, we have Borborygmos. Murder. Yep, he did it.
Absolutely. One of his cards is Borborygmos Enraged.
He wake up in the morning with murder.
Borborygmos dreams of murder.
Skip breakfast, straight to murder.
Right to murder, yeah.
First, most important murder of the day is the first one.
Murder. Don't skip the first one, or else you'll be feeling grumpy the rest of the day.
Or else.
All right, who's next?
Next up, we have this rando, Bruvak the Grandiloquent.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just some dude.
Bruvac.
He's a human advisor, 2 and a blue, a 1/4. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice that many cards instead.
Somebody milling somebody, definitely a murderer.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Here's my argument. Bruvac, not a murderer.
Okay.
He would just let them die in jail. Bruvac is like 100% is like evil, but he's like, put them in jail and let them rot.
Okay, sure. I can
He
see
just
that,
has
I
that.
guess.
He has like a bury them in paperwork kind of vibe.
Are you looking through, did you look through every Ravnica set?
Not every single one, but I clicked on like 8 or 9.
Wow. Okay, I'm just going to try and duplicate your list here.
All right. Next up, we'll talk about Amara, Soul of the Accord.
Oh, Amara.
She
could
Celestia.
never.
Wow. You think?
No.
I agree.
She's too nice.
I don't know. She likes, she makes soldiers. I don't know.
No, I'm off her. She's
Wow.
Celestia. They could never murder none of them ever.
That's true. And I will say her flavor text says, whatever hatred destroys, a single act of trust can revive.
That's
so she's
super nice
She's
sounding.
probably anti-murder.
Yeah, I agree.
She seems pretty solidly anti-murder.
All right, who do you want as the next suspect?
Next up, we have Atrada, who I have to bring up because she's mentioned in the flavor text of the card that we previewed today.
Yes.
Murderer.
Definitely murderer
Her
vibes.
name is Atrada the Silencer. Yeah. She's a vampire assassin.
She know how to silence.
She silence.
Yep.
How do you think she's silencing them?
Murder.
It's murder.
Yep.
100% murder.
She's got a great art with the moon and the bats. Those bats help her murder. They clean up the blood. They suck it dry.
Wow.
Accomplices.
You think that bats are murder accomplices?
They could be if well trained.
I guess that's true.
Our next suspect, though, I feel like
no. He could never.
Well, that's
he could
how they
never.
get you. That's how they get you.
Fibblethip?
Fibblethip.
He could never.
Too innocent.
Exactly.
He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where his knife is.
How can he murder? He can't find himself.
Great point. All right, Fibblethip exonerated. Can do no wrong.
Next up, though, we have Ilharg.
The Raise Boar?
Yes.
This 6/6 boar god?
Yes.
I think by the mere fact that Ilhor is a god that they have already murdered probably a lot.
Has murdered.
Gods love murdering.
Although, to be fair, I think that when it comes to Ilharg, it's never personal.
No, it's just...
It's just like you were in the way. You got stomped.
You got bored over.
Yeah.
You're a god. You're pro murder. That's natural.
Do you know what I'm learning about Ravnica?
A lot of murderers.
A lot of murderers.
A lot of murderers.
Tons of murderers. Which, based on your take in Commander Court, means that it's fine.
Well, prove me wrong, society. Somebody adopt my rule and have it be a trash fire.
Or don't.
We need a new society to spring up to test it. Isperia, Supreme Judge.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
This is a Sphinx.
I mean, they are a judge.
I don't know. I think Isperia would leave it to other people
because they only judge, and they're like,
yes,
let the jury sort it out.
Exactly. Wait. Do you think that the jury when the jury convicts someone, it's then their job to murder them? Like, oh, the jury, you convicted them. It's your job to go kill them.
That's gotta be a play. It sounds like a play.
I feel like it's very like Shirley Jackson, the Lottery-esque.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Like last year, I was meeting with a group. I was like talking with some of my friends who are writers.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Shirley Jackson, and it turns out that there were 4 of us, and 2 of us had read The Lottery, and 2 of them hadn't. And so I got to be there when people read The Lottery for them, because we were like, you should just read it right now because it is an iconically disturbing tale.
Yes.
Messed up.
I was in
the nth degree
play in college where my character was responsible for convincing a town to murder somebody.
Wow.
That was my deal.
Were you in the Crucible?
No, it was not the Crucible, although that is pretty similar.
It's also what happens in the Crucible.
Yeah. No, this was an old lady come back for vengeance, and she wanted to wreak vengeance on this guy she liked, and
wow.
convince
so it was
the town
a
to murder
reverse
him.
Crucible.
Yeah, and you know what? They did it.
Wow.
It was brutal.
Of course they did.
That was the show where I learned to chain smoke cigars.
That sounds like it took years off your life.
Well, it's not so bad a cigar because you're not inhaling anything. You're just sucking in smoke and having it in your mouth and blowing it back out.
That still sounds pretty gross.
And I just, by the end of the show, man, I loved it. And I still love a cigar. So there you go. Nicotine, a hell of a drug.
Up.
Izoni Thousand Eye, definitely. Murderer, for sure.
Murderer. Jared Golgari Lichlord.
His name's Jared. I can't take him seriously.
No. We're going to say no. He tried. Can't get there.
It's just like that bird the other day, Malcolm.
That's right. We were talking about Malcolm.
What
it's
is
just
with
not, and it's not a convincing name.
What is with these legendary creatures with the derpiest names? Malcolm, Jared.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I mean, if you're a human and that's your name, that's fine. But like, it just doesn't say legendary creature to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if it was like Maria, the whatever, I'd be like, come on.
Jared's not in the business of murder. He's in the business of making
diamonds.
zombie. Oh, that's right. He's your friend. Wait, no, that's Shane.
No, what's Jared's logo? I just made a new word. Slogo and Logan. What's his slogo?
What's his slogan?
Like he went to Jared, I think is what it is.
Oh yeah, he went to Jared.
Something like that.
Jared. Oh yeah, I think it is. He went to Jared.
Okay. That's the slogo.
That's the slogan.
We've already said we think Judith would be able to do it. So
of course, Judith.
Not.
Judith Murder.
Yeah.
Karlov of the Ghost Council.
Karlov Ghost Dad is already ghost.
Exactly. Already ghost.
So you can't murder if you're a ghost because how do you hold on to anything?
I think that ghosts can murder.
I suppose in magic they can because Kaya is a ghost assassin.
But she murders the ghosts.
Okay.
Oh, wait. But why would you need to murder a ghost unless that ghost was causing problems? And what's the biggest problem you can cause? Murder.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm not putting it past this ghost.
Okay. Karlov, you're on notice. Kaya, I mean, I just mentioned her.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kaya murder.
Absolutely.
But only ghosts, I think.
Okay.
What about Krenko?
Yes.
He murder.
Krenko has got a bloodlust in his eyes. His little goblin eyes are looking at me and they're ready to kill.
What about Lavinia?
No way.
Does not murder.
She's an Azorius renegade. Azorius is about law and order.
Yep. Lazav. Oh, he murder.
Oh, gosh. For sure. Lazav creeps me out. Demir. Yeah.
Yeah. Maria, do you think Massacre Girl murder?
I think does what it says on the tin.
Yeah. Oh, this tin says murder.
This says murder. Well, I guess must murder. Yes, absolutely. Suspect number one, quite honestly.
What about Niv Mizzet?
Well, Niv Mizzet certainly is smart enough to do it and know how to get away with it.
Yes.
He's a Draco genius.
But I also feel like, one, is he above murder? Or two, is he like one of those dragons who's like, you annoy me, I murder you?
Yeah,
I don't think
he doesn't get his claws dirty.
Exactly. I agree. Niv Mizzet, not a murderer.
Niv Mizzet keeps his talons clean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we agree.
His talons clean.
He's out of the suspect list.
What about Rakdos?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Oh, he murder.
Rakdos, Lord of Riots, Lord of Murdering.
He's right up there with Borborygmos. Best way to start your day.
I think that Rakdos is like, hey, what are we doing at the circus tonight? Oh, we're just murdering somebody live in front of a studio audience. Yeah.
Studio audience.
For sure.
Great.
Prime Speaker Zagana, spoiler alert, we know is one of the murdered.
Oh, no.
There's only been a few chapters as of this recording, which was released, and we know that Zagana is one of the murdered, so we know.
And Teysa.
And Teysa, yep.
Wow, are they going? They're going after some of the guild
heads, the guild leaders.
Do you think, what if they're not going to, what if Borborygmos, we have wrongly accused him of being murdered? What if Borborygmos get murdered?
It could happen. What if Rakdos gets murdered?
No, Maria.
I know, I would be very sad. I would be so sad.
Okay, you have to pick. Rakdos or Judith?
Oh, geez. Oh, God, that really hurts my soul. Get Rakdos out of here. Leave Judith alone.
Wow.
Judith did nothing wrong.
Wow.
She's just too cool.
What? Judith
does everything wrong.
Does everything wrong.
And people pay for that kind of thing. What about Ral?
No, Ral don't murder.
Ral's too nice.
No, Ral and Tomek off living their nice life.
They're having their forever honeymoon.
Exactly. Trostani? No.
No.
Again, no.
Nature.
Exactly.
No Celestia can do any wrong, in my opinion.
All right. I agree with that. Well, Maria, I think that we have plenty of suspects.
Yeah.
Plenty of murder to go around on Ravnica.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to say Jace is my number one suspect
Wow.
still. That art on our preview card, I think it's him, and I think that it's the direct evidence that will lead to his conviction.
Gas.
There, I said it.
They're like, we have a photograph of you punching a mirror as you leave a dead man.
That's pretty good.
And he's like, where did you get that? And they're like, someone drew it.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here on Ravnica.
All right.
And I think that he's suspect number one right now.
Do you know what? That's kind of what I'm feeling in my bones.
Yeah. Sorry,
And
not
that's
sorry.
how Judge Possum works.
Dun dun. Well, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us again this week. We'll be back live in person next week.
Yes.
And we'll be able to thank all of our new patrons.
Oh, we're so excited to pun your names.
Yes, so please become a new patron before our next episode to give us a chance to give you a pun shout out, have you listen to the extended version of this podcast, get access to our Discord server,
Yes.
early episode release, tons of amazing perks over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
Absolutely. Thank you again to our sponsor, Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF, the place to go.
Period.
And, the place to go, period.
That's it.
The other kind of singles.
Yes,
Card Kingdom.
Card Kingdom. Thank you as well to all of our Patreon producers. Thank you to Ollie.
Thank you to Gamelandia and Palo Alto.
To Thomas.
Manuel.
Thank you to Christian.
Dimitri.
Thank you to Dr. Unks.
Thank you, Matthew and Jenny.
Thank you to Robert.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you to Chuck.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you to Mike.
High five, Anthony.
And I'll give a high five to Daniel.
Thank you, Eric.
And I'll give a high foot five to Kay.
Absolutely
We're
not.
touching feet, not with my hand.
I give normal high five to Justin.
I give a weird high five to Adam.
And normal high five to Rick.
Thank you so much, everybody who is a Patreon producer, for being our biggest supporters. We could not do it without you.
Yes. And stay tuned,
yes.
Patreon producers, for your bonus content.
We've got more ep for our producers. Everybody else, and thank you from the bottom of our heart for listening. And we'll be back to talk about murders at Karlov Manor next week.
Oh, yeah.
Jace did it.